Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to the Ed Bugs Show.
Are you ready?
Real talk, real people. This is the show where people just like you get to talk about the news and what's really going on.
Shout here.
Along with show producer Matt Moscona.
Biggest names in talk radio.
They tackle some of the hottest, most controversial topics that affect your life.
I don't agree with them all the time, but I appreciate the discussion.
Buckle up and get ready. Now here's your host, Ed Bugs.
Go on the bump and cue Ed.
Thank you, Matt Moscona, and welcome aboard, everyone, to the Ed Bugs Radio Show. Real talk, real people, right here on 1550 AM WPFC. That's 1550 AM WPFC. Welcome as well for those of you joining us online at edbugs.com and on television across America on the Urban America Television Network. Matt, you pumped? You ready? Hour 3 is at hand.
Well, just during the top of the hour break there, I walked out, looked out the glass window in the front, washed my car this morning. Mm-hmm. So you can guess what's happening outside right now. Oh, of course. Of course. It would have to happen that way.
Yeah, well. Did you wax it this morning?
No, I didn't.
Good.
But I'll have to go get another $10 super car wash tomorrow. All the water spots will dry on there.
That's right.
Son of a gun.
You know what? You are wearing a Pat Tillman
replica jersey.
Jersey. Stand up. Let me see it.
It's really nice.
Let me see. Stand up.
Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
nice.
Yeah.
Big 40 over
down
there.
Here, I'll let Tommy.
What does it say down there on the patch?
Pull the microphone up here. It says Arizona Cardinals in memory of Pat Tillman, 1976 to 2004.
$100?
Players of the century. No, I got this for like 50 range.
eBay,
man. Yeah. Now, if you wanted to buy this at a store, you're looking at probably the 120 range. Yeah.
$120.
But it's so. I mean, it's almost
so
an
nice.
exact replica. I mean, it's thick material.
Right.
It's got the stripes on the sleeves.
Right.
Got the patches sewn onto the side. Numbers.
Right.
The name sewn on.
Oh, Tillman on the back.
That's huge.
Okay, buddy.
Huge.
I like it.
Thank you.
You know, speaking of sports, right now the road to the Final Four is officially underway as of today. Correct, Matt? As of today.
Yeah.
One of the games today is taking place, but the beginning of the game has been delayed at San Diego's Cox Arena. It was delayed because dogs sniffing around the arena before the beginning of the game picked up something that wasn't right. Bomb sniffing, explosive sniffing dogs picked up something that wasn't right. You've seen it before. They've trained these dogs. Go get it, boy. Go get it. The dog's on point, and the dog, hey, something's over here. And the dog doesn't say that, but the dog reacts in such a way that tells the trainer there is something here worth noting. Well, it happened today. Have you heard about this? The entire arena evacuated. What the dog took a hit on, as it's referred, was a vendor's cart just outside the Cox Arena, San Diego's Cox Arena this afternoon. So one of the games to kick off at the NCAA basketball championship had to be delayed. They got everybody out of the arena, and it's all because, many of you know, just a few days ago, the FBI warned of a recent internet posting discussing terrorist attacks aimed at college basketball arenas and other sports stadiums. They had no specific, no credible threats, but they had reason for concern. All of the arenas where the NCAA finals are being staged for men and women's games are being similarly checked like this one was today. But let me ask you something on the bigger question of this whole Muslim extremist thing that we find ourselves in today. Let me ask you a question. In your heart of hearts, do you feel America has given Islam or Muslims a reason to hate us? Now, I want you to think about that for a moment. Have we given Muslims and Islam a reason to hate us? And obviously, if your answer is yes, my question to you is, what is that reason? Now, on this subject, as in every other subject we have, I make it very clear to you where I stand on the issue. This subject, no different. And I'm going to tell you something. And some of you are going to get real upset with me. But let me tell you something. We have given Islam reason to be upset with us. Listen to me. We have given Islam reason to be upset with us. Now, over the course of this hour, I'm going to share with you what I feel we have done that gives them reason to be upset with us. Before I get into my reasoning on this, I will ask, what about yours? Do you feel we have? Talk to me. Call me now at 499-BUGS, 499-2847, or shoot me an email. Send it now to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. The question is, do you feel in your heart of hearts we, Americans, have given Islam reason to hate us? And let me tell you something. This is a hate like we don't know in America. This is a hatred like we do not know, because it's religion all intertwined in it. When we took this show to Israel was when I began to first learn a little more about that kind of hatred. That's a whole different kind of hatred. If you live in America and you've never been out of America, you may not have a clue what kind of hatred we're talking about. I'm talking about the kind of hatred that lasts for generations and thrives today. Is still going strong. Brothers killing brothers, cousins killing cousins. But what have we done in America to give Islam reason to hate us? I'm telling you, we have. We have given them reason to hate us. I'm going to share with you. I got my little list here of what we have done to give them reason to hate us. But I thought when we saw this afternoon, this breaking news, and by the way, the arena has since been cleared and people have been allowed to go back into the arena for the beginning of the games to be played there. In this case, it's the who is it, Matt? Alabama and
Marquette.
Thank you. Alabama and Marquette. People have been allowed to go back into the arena for the game to begin. But what have we done that would justify this kind of threat, this kind of hatred? Think about it and talk to me. Our number again, 499-BUGS, 499-2847. The address is ed@edbugs.com. I see a couple emails have arrived already. I will share those with you next, as you listen to the Ed Bugs Radio Show, live on the World Wide Web from 2 until 6 Central Time at www.edbugs.com, across America on the Urban America Television Network, and on the radio on 1550 AM WPFC.
Not exactly talk radio for people who don't want to hear the truth.
Time has come to make a choice.
Ed Bugs, locked and loaded and on your radio.
Welcome back. Good to have you here on 1550 AM WPFC. We're talking about this incredible evacuation of San Diego's Cox Stadium happening this afternoon after dogs picked up what they thought was the scent of explosives. the scent of explosives. This, of course, less than a week after the FBI warned they had received internet information about possible threats to these arenas hosting the men's and women's championships of college basketball. So I've asked the question, and am asking the question this hour, what do you feel America has done to draw the ire or the hatred of Islam? Do you feel we've done anything to bring this upon us? Let's just stop for a minute and think about it. I'm telling you, we have. Now, hear me out. Hear me out. In just a moment, I'll go into detail about what I'm talking about here. Am I saying that they are justified? No, but you'll understand when I tell you. You need to stay with me on this one. Let me check some emails on this. Email sent in to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. I see Isaac says, come on, Ed. No entire people gives another entire people a reason to hate them. That is absolutely absurd. Muslims don't hate Americans. Terrorists hate Americans. Yes, many of them are Muslim, but there are Americans who hate this country and try to tear it apart at its fabric. To say Americans have done something to make Muslims hate us is ridiculous. You think so, huh, Isaac? You just hold on a few minutes. Thank you, my friend. Another email on this subject, this one from Gerald, who writes, Ed, I'm not sure if we have given them a reason, but one part of your question is certainly true. Muslims hate us. It is a little scary and kind of perplexing to know that an entire race hates you because... What? Let me read that last sentence again. It is a little scary and kind of perplexing to know that an entire race hates you just because. Now I know what Jews felt like during the Holocaust. Gerald, thank you, my friend. Good points made by both Isaac and... What was the second one? Let me open it again. Isaac and Gerald. If you just joined us, perhaps only now turning on the radio, I am trying to make sense out of this death to America, this hatred that we find ourselves the target of for many Islamic radicals, extremists. And let me add a footnote here. All Muslims do not hate America. I think one of our emails alluded to that. That is not true. All Muslims are not fanatics. Those who are not do not do enough to distance themselves from me, from those who are fanatics, but nonetheless, all Muslims are not fanatics. But you know, we find ourselves in a particular situation here in America today. Let me explain what I mean by that. Here's a case in point. Let me tell you a story. You are in a car. You pull up to the red light. The light is red. You stop. Alongside you comes a van. The woman driving the van is wearing an obviously Muslim headdress and her face is covered. And there's children in the car dressed the same way. Does a part of you go, hey? Think about that. Does a part of you just sort of, man, what are they up to? I call that distrust. I also call that the biggest reason why the Dubai ports deal was a bust from the word go. That's right. It never had a chance. Not that it should have had a chance, but it never had a chance. We don't trust in America. You say Islam, you say Arabs, you say Muslims, we don't trust. We don't trust. I don't care whether it's bad or good. That's not my point. We don't trust. We don't trust you. Why should we? Your track record lately hadn't been too good, Hoss. We don't trust you. So now, when I ask the question, what have we done? What has caused this? Huh? Do you know and do you feel they are justified? Now, I'm going to tell you something. When I ask the question, do you feel America has given Islam reason to hate us? I'm telling you, we have. We have. We have given them reason to hate us. But when I explain where I'm coming from here, it may not be what you're thinking. It may not be what you're thinking. You see, we Americans are proud. We love our country. We can also be a little arrogant. And there's a part of us that's okay with being a little arrogant. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I have traveled overseas with groups of Americans. We can be ugly, in fact, when we want to. But that's not what we've done that's given them reason to hate us. Look, a few ugly Americans traveling abroad, that's not why they hate us. You know why they hate us? I think it's incumbent that as Americans, we understand where they're coming from. Otherwise, this distrust thing goes on and 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 on for perpetuity. We'll end up just like them, fighting their families, fighting their cousins, fighting their brothers for centuries. But let me go back to my central question. Do you feel America has given Islam just reason to hate us? Talk to me. Call me now at 499-BUGS, 499-2847, or don't forget, you can shoot me an email. Send it now to ed@edbugs.com. Again, that's ed@edbugs.com. How do you think those people feel in San Diego this afternoon? People who had gathered for an NCAA basketball game. Marquette and Alabama, right, Matt? Marquette and Alabama this afternoon. You know, you got all your stuff. You know, you ready. You got the tickets. You know where we're going, right? You got the war paint or whatever you're going to do for the game, or maybe you're like me, you don't put war paint on when you go to a college basketball game. You just pumped up. It's a Thursday, it's a weekday, you've taken the day off from work, you're going to the game. Get in the car, drive out, and all of a sudden there's red lights everywhere. And the cops are waving their hands. Nope. Go this way. And you get to the front. What's the problem? Bomb scare. Got to leave. Oh, man. Or what about those who had made it all the way into the stadium? Got the hot dogs, got the drinks, getting ready for some action. Calling all your friends. Tell them we are here. We're here for the game. You might want to check us out. We're right over here, right behind the other team. You look for us. We'll wave when the camera's on us, that kind of thing. And all of a sudden,
may I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? It is, there is no reason for panic, but everyone must get up and walk calmly out of the arena right now.
And you know, in a big old arena, when they say to you, please get up and calmly leave the building? Oh, no. No. Something's happening. I'm getting out of here now. Imagine what those people have gone through this afternoon. So now, the building's been clear. What the dog started sniffing and telling the handler, hey, you need to check this out, has been checked out. It was not an explosive. How do you think those people feel about this whole question of radical Islamics? So my question to you is, in a world in which daily we are inundated with stories of Islamics killing Americans, do you feel, or what do you feel we have done to give them reason to hate us? When we come back, I will share with you my list of what I feel Americans and America has done to make them hate us on the Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people.
Often imitated.
Hi, folks. Ed Buggs here.
Never duplicated. Duplicated.
Hi, folks. Ed Buggs here.
I ain't playing around.
You're listening to the always hot.
It is a hot one. Hot one. Hot one.
The always hot Ed Buggs Radio Show.
Thanks, Matt, and welcome back, everyone, to the Ed Buggs Show. Real talk, real people. Good to have you here on 1550 AM WPFC. 1550 AM WPFC. We have reached the bottom of the hour on a red-hot topic that truly is still breaking. The story this hour, the topic this hour, stems from or emanates from this afternoon's emergency evacuation of the Cox Arena in San Diego, where people were gathered for one of the games of the NCAA Road to the Final Four, men's basketball. In essence, we heard about a week ago from the FBI that there was online information of threats to some of these arenas, packed full of people. I mean, you think about this for a moment. Think about it. An arena packed full of people is and this is horrible to say, but this is a perfect opportunity for Al-Qaeda. I know it's morbid, and we really don't want to think in these terms, but the reality is it's a target. I mean, they could do more in one instance in an arena packed full of people than they could do in many other situations. Plus, once you pull off, look, think about it. Once you set off something, or as in an explosion, or heaven forbid, some release of toxics within a closed environment like that, not only will you have people hurt, maimed, and killed from the actual incident itself, but then you'll have those many people who will be injured running out of the place. I've been in a stampede before. It is nothing nice. And you revert to an animal instinct for self-preservation in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. It's nothing nice. Nothing nice at all. So, yes, clearly these are targets. So we decided to take a step back from this and ask the big question here. And I think all Americans need to ask themselves this. Why is it that Muslim extremists and Islamic extremists hate us so? And do you feel we have given them reason to hate us? I got news for you. I feel we have. I feel we have given them reason to hate us. Let me share with you Ed Buggs' top 5 things America has done to make Islam hate us. And let me add a caveat here, or a footnote, if you will. I do not believe that their actions are justified, but I'm telling you what we have done. The top 5 things I feel we have done to make them hate us. I'll work it from 5 to 1. Number 5, we do not accept Islam as our religion. We are what their religion refers to as the great infidel. The great infidel. That is how they that is how they see us. The great infidel. Let's be clear about that. Their religion it spells it out right there in black and white. It's very, very clear. We are the bad guys according to their religion. I said to you a moment ago that when we took this show to Israel was when I first began to realize a whole new kind of hatred. See, we have a hatred in America where, some people may hate another group of people, or this group may hate another group. But in America, you end up working with somebody that your group supposedly hates, and suddenly you realize, man, they don't rub off, they don't smell, they work hard, we get along. In fact, I like him, he likes me, and the next thing you know, they go, oh, you guys are crazy. They're okay. And we move on. You follow what I'm saying? In many cases. Or children of groups that supposedly hate one another in America end up in school together. And then, Mommy, can I have so-and-so over to spend the night? And the parents don't want to come off as wackos. Yeah, okay, have them over. And, you know what happens. They end up sitting at the dinner table, and they're all kind of looking at the other one, and the other one's just interacting with their kids, and they realize, oh, wait a minute. So our hate over time in America diminishes. Not overseas. Oh, no. No. They are as anatomically different as oil and water. They are not mixing. It is a kind of hatred I do not feel most Americans can even come close to comprehending. So number 5 on my list of the top 5 reasons that Americans have given them to hate us is number 5, we don't want Islam. You can have it. We don't want it. Now, there are some members of Islam here in America, but as a group, no, you can take that and go. Number 4, the 4th in my list of reasons or things we have done as Americans to make Islamic extremists and Muslim extremists hate us is we offer freedom, we offer dreams, we offer opportunity. No caste systems here. See, in many of these religions, you are born into a caste system. This is who you are. This is all you'll ever be. You cannot rise. This is all you'll ever be. You up here, you cannot marry down because you are in this caste, this sect, if you will. This whole Sunni, Kurd, and Shiite phenomenon we see happening in Iraq today, what do you think that's about? That's what we're talking about here. They hate us because we don't have that here. We have people who are born into poverty into America, who grow up and work hard at what they love and what their passion is. They become multimillionaires. And now you have Islamics who see this and their children, I want to go to America. Or their wives, I don't want to stay here in this mess. Let's go to America. So the 4th thing that we have done as Americans to make these Islamics hate us is we offer freedom, we offer dreams, we offer opportunities. When we come back, my top 3 things that we as Americans have done to make them hate us on the Ed Bug Show. Real talk, real people.
You're listening to the always hot.
It's
hot,
showtime,
hot,
baby.
It's in your face talk radio.
We're dealing with sick people here.
You're listening to the Ed Bugs Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Ed Bug Show, Real Talk, Real People. I got 2 segments left on this topic this afternoon. Be sure to shoot me an email with your thoughts on what have we Americans done such that Islamic and Muslim extremists hate us. Or give us a call in area code 225 at 499-BUGS, 499-2847. The email address is ed@edbugs.com. I'm giving you my top 5 things I feel we have done to draw their ire or their hatred. Number 5 is we don't want Islam as our religion, so we are the great infidels. Those are their words. Number 4, we offer freedom, dreams, and opportunity in America. They can't stand that. That means we're not controlled. The 3rd thing I think we have done that just eats them up is I don't think we really take them as completely civilized. Now, I'm being real honest here. This is not an attempt at humor. I don't think we take them or respect them as being fully civilized people. We even have a name for them. third world countries. That's right. I don't think we truly look at them as an equal country, these Arab countries. I'll be honest with you. Some of them are very wealthy, but they're really backwards in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways. I mean, I went to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there, and maybe they feel the same way about America. But I think part of why we have they have this hatred towards us is, we don't really look at them as equals. We don't. Towel heads, camel jockeys, we got phrases that aren't nice. We got phrases that we don't really look at them as equals, and they know it. They come visit, their children come to school here, they go back, and they tell stories. So the third thing on my list of my top 5 that I feel Americans have done, or America has done, that brings this hatred is we don't really look at them as civilized people, in my mind. Number 2 of my top 5 things we've done is we allow women to live as equals and to participate in life and business just like men. Many Islamists can't stand that, and they don't want their women, who they treat like dogs, they do not want their women to see this. See, if they can keep their women ignorant, that doesn't mean stupid, that means just keep them ignorant. They don't know. Keep them without knowledge. Then you can control them. But the minute they see women walking around who don't have their faces all covered up and are wearing beautiful clothes and have their hair done and aren't all covered up and told, get out, the men are talking now. I mean, why would they want to stay living as a second-class citizen, mothering your children, when I don't have to live this way? So part of the extreme hatred comes from the fact that women are treated like human beings in America. They don't treat women like human beings. They treat women like property. I saw it with my own eyes, like property. A man just walking, looking, his wife behind him, got stuff. She carried everything. I'm telling you. That's how they treat their women. And the women don't know any better. That's all they've ever seen. So what do? Carry the stuff. I'm coming. They just carry the stuff. Treat them like dogs. I wouldn't put that much weight on my dog. And if we had that much to carry, doggone, you got 2 empty hands, man. Go help the woman. Besides, over here, women would have told you, ooh, look at all that stuff. You got to make 3 or 4 trips to get that done. I'll be over there when you get finished. I mean, come on. It's a whole different system over here, and I'm happy for it. I don't want my woman treated like that. I don't want to treat her like that. When you treat someone else like that, you are also denigrating yourself. You are. So I'm telling you, that's one of the things we have done in this country that they can't stand. Women voting, women participating, they can't stand this. That's number 2 on the Ed Bugs' top 5 things America has done to get hatred from Islam and radical Muslims. When we come back, I'll tell you the number 1 thing we've done that's ticked them off, and I'll take some of your phone calls. This is the Ed Bugs Radio Show. Real talk, real people.
It's brutal.
This is what talk radio is supposed to be all about.
Follow this.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Follow this.
Your radio too.
The Ed Bugs.
Follow this procedure.
You're listening to the Ed Bugs Radio Show.
Man, this hour just flying by. This is our final segment of this hour on the Ed Bug Show, Real Talk, Real People, asking the question, what has America done to really make Muslims, or Muslims as some people call them, and Islamic extremists hate us. I got Mike on the phone. Mike, hang on 1 second, and I will give you the first at the top of my list, my list of the 5 things America has done to draw the hatred of Muslims. Number 5, I told you, was we don't want Islam as our religion. They see us as the great infidel. The 4th thing is we offer freedom. We offer dreams. We offer opportunity. The 3rd thing we stand for is, and 3rd thing we do at least, is I don't feel we take them as fully civilized people based on their behavior. I think we look down on them. I think that is where phrases like third world countries have come from. And they know it. The 4th, as I move up from 5 to the top, so the 2nd biggest thing I think we have done that just ticks them off is we allow women to live as equals and to participate in life and business as men do. And the number 1 thing on my list I think we have done that just totally sets them off is we built a democracy where everyone can participate in the process. I don't care if they're a Sunni or a Shiite or a Kurd or whatever, they can participate in the process. The Islamic countries watch us. They see what we do. And I'm telling you, the prosperity that we enjoy here in America, even with our share of poverty, they can't stand. Quickly now to the phones at 499-BUGS. 499-2847. Michael joining us now. Hello, Michael. Welcome.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine. What have we done?
Well, I've been listening to you, and my issue is that I think you're missing the point.
Oh?
It's not what we did. My God, anybody can go to war with Britney Spears, Michael Jackson, and Conan O'Brien. But, I mean, that's not what it's the puppet masters that are doing this. Now, imagine all these fanatics. These people live in impoverished areas ruled by kingdoms of gold and oil.
Yes.
I mean, massive amounts of money. Now, pretty soon the peasants are going to get tired of eating goat cheese, and they're going to start rising up. So the kings, to keep themselves in power,
yes,
they say, let's go fight the Jews, let's go fight the Christians, let's go fight America, Western values, when instead they should be toppling their own nation, and that's the problem that we have. No matter what we do,
yes,
you're still going to have these people over there. And look, who's funding these fanatical schools?
Yeah.
It's Saudi Arabia, it's Syria, it's Iran, and who are these
all
nations
right,
that have this
so
money?
it's nothing we did, it's their leaders.
It's nothing that we have done because these people,
right,
and look, the Nazis did the same thing. The
all
people
right,
were impoverished, and so they turned the people to the Jews and the Gypsies
all
to
right,
keep themselves in power.
Michael, thank you. Quickly, as we approach the top of the hour, a couple of emails. Regina writes, Ed, sure, Muslims have a reason to hate us, and it is justified. We invaded their land and stole their oil and killed their civilians. If someone did that in America, wouldn't you hate them? It is because of our own cockiness that we have put ourselves in this position. And finally, I don't see a name here. It says anonymous. Ed, I have to confess, I am the reason Muslims hate America. You see, I found the fountain of youth and hoarded it all to myself. I'm currently 738 years old. Back in the 1500s, I operated a newspaper in what is currently Syria. Back then, I published some cartoons mocking the Prophet Muhammad. All of the Muslims started rioting. They overturned fruit stands and stabbed their goats, and they were coming after me. I was able to escape to the new world that Columbus had recently discovered. I have been here ever since. Blah, 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 blah. Boy, there's one born every minute. Well, there are many reasons that we are hated by them. Let's trust we get through without any more damage here in America. As far as I'm concerned, I'd rather fight that battle there than fight the battle here. For those of you in television, thanks for joining us today on the Ed Bug Show. For those of you on radio and on the World Wide Web, stay tuned. Our next hour begins.